Have you ever looked at a stunning photograph and thought, I wish I could capture moments like that? Well, I know what that feels like. My name is Chris, and I'm a photographer living in the picturesque state of Utah. Today, I'm taking you on a journey through my photography, where it all started, the challenges I've faced, and the inspiration behind my new book, Photography Simplified. Whether you're a complete beginner or just looking to refine your skills, this book can be helpful for you. To explain why I wanted to write a book, I want to first start by going through my photography journey. My photography journey started in 2012 when my older brother gave me a little digital camera for Christmas. He gave me a little point and shoot Nikon Coolpix, and I quickly fell in love. I would take the camera with me to all kinds of places, taking pictures of whatever caught my attention or seemed interesting. I even remember a time that my friend and I took cameras. We both had digital cameras. We went to a local park and we just took pictures, trying to capture whatever we thought was cool at the time. Honestly, the pictures were not the greatest, but going out and taking pictures was something that I quickly grew to love and enjoy. I even printed some pictures out, put them in frames, and would send them to my grandma. I grew to love photography as I went out, took more pictures, and just had these fun experiences. Fast forward to 2016, I would end up living in Ecuador for 2 years and be inspired by its beauty. If you don't know where Ecuador is, it's in South America, right on the equator. Ecuador is an extremely beautiful country, and it has a little bit of everything. There's desert, there's beaches, jungle, and incredible mountains. And I was greatly inspired by its beauty. Using that same point and shoot digital camera that my brother gave me, I captured thousands of images in Ecuador. And that little camera just became my way of documenting all of it. One thing that I found particularly stunning in Ecuador was the volcano Cotopaxi. It was a perfect picturesque volcano with a cone shape, snow on top, and during the 2 years I lived in Ecuador, I could see it from the majority of the different places that I lived. Another stunning location in Ecuador, where I filled my SD card, was Quilatoa. Quilatoa is a crater lake formed from a previously erupted volcano, but the deep colors of the water with the surrounding incredible mountain bowl was awe-inspiring. I ended up using that digital camera until it literally broke and wouldn't work anymore. And when I returned home from Ecuador, I knew I wanted to pursue my photography further, and I wanted to seriously practice and grow my art. So I decided to buy my first DSLR camera. I think it was a Rebel T6 at the time is what they were selling. It had a long lens and a shorter lens, and it was so much fun to learn. I took it on a family vacation to the Oregon coast, where I really got to figure out the different kind of features and settings of the camera and just getting used to using a DSLR. But I also made a lot of mistakes. On that trip, I took a variety of photos at different places. We visited the coastline, and I took a lot of photos there of the scenery. We also ended up visiting the redwoods and took a ton of pictures as we walked around the giant trees. And on the way home, we visited Crater Lake, which unfortunately there were forest fires, so it was super smoky, but I still ended up taking some fun pictures while we were there. I had a lot of fun with my DSLR, but I was quickly becoming frustrated. My photos weren't always turning out how I wanted to, or I was having issues trying to create the effect or the look that I wanted to, and it became quite frustrating. And so, as far as 2019 and onward goes, I've been continuously learning and trying to improve my photography. I knew that I was going to need to educate myself, and so I ended up finding some courses online. I downloaded those courses, and those helped me to learn a lot of the basics. I also spent a lot of time researching questions that I had and watching photography videos, just constantly learning and feeding myself information. As I learned new things, I naturally wanted to go out and practice them. And so I took my camera on another trip to Hawaii and got to practice a lot of the things I had been learning there, including light painting. And I continued to grow and try new things. I worked on things like long exposures, taking pictures of light trails and waterfalls. And I honestly tried a little bit of everything. I tried photographing cars and wildlife and even a bit of product photography. All these things helped me to continue to grow my skills, and I even ended up getting a drone and learning aerial photography, which was a lot of fun. As I've taken more and more photos and they've gotten better and better, it's really excited me. I've printed out my favorites, hung them on the walls, that type of thing, and I've really come to love doing photography. Presently, I continue to grow and improve my photos each time I go out and take photos. So my focus has really shifted to trying to plan trips or outings or places to go and take photos. Being able to go to such amazing landscapes inspires me and helps my photography improve dramatically. One recent place that we were able to go and I was able to take a lot of photos is Lake Tahoe. I've always wanted to go to Yosemite and it's been on my bucket list, so we stopped at Lake Tahoe on the way, flew the drone, enjoyed the pretty crystal clear water and took lots of pictures there. From Lake Tahoe, we did go to Yosemite and spent a couple days there, and I was just blown away by its beauty and captured loads of photos while we were there. We've been able to go to many other incredible places, some very close to home, and each time I feel like my photos get a little better, I capture a few new favorites, and my photography skills continue to grow. I found a lot of fulfillment being out in nature and capturing its beauty, and I'm driven to just keep capturing more and more. So, after talking about my photography journey, why did I decide to make my own beginner's photography book? On a lot of these outings or adventures taking photos, I made a lot of mistakes. And I often found myself thinking, why wasn't this covered in that course I took? Or I wish I knew this earlier, I could have taken better photos at this location or that location. And I thought it would be worth taking all of this learning that I was doing and putting it all in just one place. And that's where it all began. I started planning out the topics, organizing them. I even did research on thinking, what topics maybe don't I know or do I need to learn? And I did a lot of educating myself. And I decided, these are the essential topics. I spent a lot of time organizing them and grouping them into categories. And that ultimately helped me to create the structure of the book. I would end up spending the next 2+ years working on the book. I started by writing the explanations for the different topics, trying to make sure that they were simple and concise without information overload. And one thing I did to try and help is create graphics for every single topic, photo examples to go along with the graphics and explanations. And if you're curious as to how I created the graphics or how I went about writing the book, or you want to see a behind the scenes video, please let me know in the comments below. I've put a lot of work into this. A lot of the photo examples I didn't have, and I needed to plan specific trips to go out and get. There was a lot of tweaking and changing things, and after multiple iterations, I'm really happy with the end result. I truly believe that if you're a beginner, this book can help you and kickstart your photography, taking it to the next level. If you're ready to improve your photography skills, please consider checking out the book. It's packed with easy to follow tips, stunning examples, and then of course the graphics I've been mentioning. In addition, I will be releasing video tutorials to go along with the topics that'll dive deeper. I'll be explaining things more in depth. We'll have actual examples using the camera, that type of thing. And so those will be coming out to accompany each of the topics covered in the book. I really hope that my experiences and insights have inspired you to pick up your camera and start capturing the world around you. If you're curious about the book, the paperback version will be out on August 19th on Amazon. And the first video tutorial will probably be released a little before then. And then I plan on having, subsequent video tutorials each week after that for a while. And I'll do my best to have those ready to go. So don't miss the video tutorials. If you really do want to see those, please subscribe, turn on your notifications so you know when those come out. And if you want to read the book earlier for whatever reason and don't want to wait, you can actually purchase the ebook now The link is in the description. You can familiarize yourself with the topics, and then once those videos come out, dive a little deeper into them. And if you do purchase the book, please let me know if it helps you, or if there's any questions you have or topics you want me to go over in a future video. Please let me know. And I'm excited for you to get out and take great photos, and I'll see you in the next one.